Hey guys, it's Anna. Welcome to my channel. Today I was in the mood to talk cozy, comforting scents. We're in the fall season and I just want to bundle up, burrow up, and drench myself in fragrances that give me that vibe. But before I share my list, I've been meaning to share a life update with you all. I'm a little late to it just because I've been so busy with this life update. Now things have calmed down a bit and I can really, go into depth about how things have been going. I'm just gonna sit here and chat for a bit, so I'll of course leave a timestamp on the video if you wanna skip ahead to the perfumes. September 10th was the official date. Eric and I adopted a dog. I'll see if he will come say hi. Lucius!
Look at you. You look like Batman.
Hi!
You wanna say hi? Look. Over here.
Yeah, right over there. That's where they are. That's where all the people are.
Yeah. You wanna get down now? Okay.
It's tricky to have him in here because he's such a big dog. He will very easily knock over the equipment. So I'll be throwing some pictures up on the screen while I'm telling the story. So Eric and I have been wanting specifically a giant schnauzer for years now. I love dogs. I grew up with a schnoodle, schnauzer poodle, Lucy. She was the best dog, like truly in the world. I'm so blessed to have had her in my life. I miss her every day. She passed away in 2019 at 13 years old. And ever since then, I have been longing for a dog because they just bring so much joy and love, and happiness is a synonym of joy into your life and into your home. But for so long, it just wasn't the right timing until now. I have been researching giant schnauzers for years. I was ready for the challenge. I wanted a dog that I could do a lot of work with. I want to go out exploring. I want to go hiking. I want to take it all these different places. I want to train it to be on point and just know everything there is to know. I wanted a dog that I could have, an active lifestyle with. So anyway, the time was right. I was like, okay, it's official. We are starting to look for a dog. And it was very important to me that we got a dog either through a shelter, a rescue, or through someone who just couldn't care for their dog anymore. So I had my search set, on Pet Finder, Adopt a Pet. I was checking these sites like a madwoman multiple times a day, as if it's gonna update, with new options every time I check. From the beginning, I was praying, I pray that you send me my soul dog. Lucy was my soul dog, and I pray that I get so lucky to get another, that whatever dog I am matched with, this is truly the dog I was meant to be with. Even if it takes me years, even though I was hoping it wouldn't take me years, to find the one. And giant schnauzers are not the most common dog breed. You don't see them very often. So I was prepared to have to wait for a while. The search results are not loaded and heavy for giant schnauzers. Lucius, I believe, was the 6th dog I applied for. So on these sites, you can select the distance away from your home that you're willing to travel. And I was willing to drive several hours out to go pick up a dog. And so I believe on Adopt a Pet, I selected 250 miles away from me, something like that. And then on Pet Finder, it had different options, and then on the tail end it was 100 miles away or nationwide. And I was willing to drive more than 100 miles. So I selected and saved nationwide as my search because I'm like, well, what if I find a dog that's 250 miles away from me, but then I miss that opportunity and that chance because I had the settings saved on 100. So I had it saved on nationwide. Anyway, one day I am scrolling through the options and I see a dog pop up this one I have right next to me. I saw his picture, read his bio, and I just felt immediately drawn to him. It sounds crazy. I had this gut feeling. I was like, I just feel like this is my dog. And I hadn't had that feeling with the prior dogs that I had applied for. I mean, I was hoping that it would work out and I was excited about it, you know, wanting it to work. But I don't know. I can't explain it. I felt like he was the one, except he was all the way in Georgia, which is on the opposite side of the country, basically, from me, in a rescue in Georgia. And I'm like, this is a long shot. I need to not get my hopes up. I was trying to tell myself, but of course, like me being me, I was thinking about him constantly. But I emailed the rescue and I like sent them a fat email introducing myself, talking about Eric and I, the home and the life we could provide for him and how much we've been wanting a giant schnauzer and the research I've done and all of these things. Some time goes by. I think it was a few days. Maybe it was 24 hours. I don't know. Oh, I forgot to mention, I also included in that initial email, I was just wondering if at all by chance they offered transport or like they partnered with an organization to provide pet transport. I just wanted to see if it was at all possible. So I didn't hear from them initially. I sent a follow-up email and I said I'd be willing to pay extra, extra from his adoption fee to help with the costs of pet transport. That same day then I got a message back and the owner of the rescue, her name is Sandra, she said she would be very interested in receiving my application and that she was looking for possibilities for transport. So that got me really excited. I immediately sent in my application. Several days go by and we get on the phone together and she tells me in depth his story. So Lucius they're guessing about 1 year old. They're thinking anywhere from 8 months to a year. There was a witness that saw a truck pull up into a PetSmart parking lot and they shoved him out of the car into the parking lot and just drove off. When they found him, he was severely underweight, about half the weight he should have been. He reeked, he smelled of his own waste. The rescue predicted, based on how they found him, that he had been crated most of his life and just left to go to the bathroom in his cage. And his ears are cropped. By the look of them, because they were not done correctly, the vet thinks that they were likely a home done hack job, which like I can't even fathom. Like I don't know. Regardless of everything that he went through, he is the most wonderful, sweet boy. Meeting him, you would never guess what he went through. He is such a happy dog. He is a huge lover. He loves to play. He really is my Velcro dog. Like he follows Eric and I everywhere. He has to be like by one of us at all times. He has so much energy and like zest for life. He's not shut down or shy in any way. He's a very confident dog. I am so amazed at how wildly smart he is. Loves car rides, always down to explore, do anything, go anywhere. He does settle really well and will just lay and nap by my side as, I'm working on the computer. He's always making us laugh. He is quite comical. He will sometimes, like, if we're busy and we can't play with him in the moment, but he's in the mood to play, he will play by himself. He will take his toy and just fling it, launch it, and then run after it, fetch it and just like repeat. Just anyways, Sandra, the rescue owner, had a friend of a friend say, I can do it. I can bring him. And so they made a road trip out of it and brought him to us. And I just think it is so cool, like how wild that all of these pieces fell into place and now we have him. I'm so grateful. He is perfect for us. I truly love him to death. Like, I feel like my heart has grown in size, like the Grinch. So yeah, that's my big news. Thanks for letting me go on about my dog. We're absolutely obsessed with him. We love him so much. And now onto the perfumes. So the first fragrance I have here is one I'm really excited to talk about. I have had this on my wish list for about a year now, Fendi La Baguette. I am obsessed with this perfume. For me, this is straight up 10 out of 10. A perfect fragrance, in my opinion. This only has 3 notes mentioned: white leather, iris, and vanilla. Personally, I interpret this white leather to give off this really smooth, luxurious suede feel. If you typically find a leather note challenging, I wouldn't be worried about this. As long as you typically get along with a suede accord, try this. Nothing about this leather comes off challenging, animalic, or too dark. I think it's pretty easy to like. It's really smooth. And then it has a dominant iris. I would describe this iris to be like a doughy, chewy iris, like something you can sink your teeth into texturally, but it doesn't smell gourmand. It doesn't give me a bready baguette experience, but it's this really addictive, like honestly doughy like iris. Let's say an iris cosplaying as a baguette, and then a really luxurious vanilla. It smells like this addictive vanilla bean, warm, cozy, perfectly sweet, like just the right amount where you're just like, oh, I cannot get enough of myself, but by no means like, oh, I straight up smell like a dessert. It's very classy and chic, but my gosh, does it make me just want to like bundle up, get cozy, and sit, marinate in this scent. And do I? I've been wearing this to bed actually lately because I just feel so comforted by this. Just a little bit, just a little 1-2. Maybe a little 1-2-3, and it'll stay on my shirt until I wash it. Really great performance. I get all day wear from this with a nice moderate projection. I feel like this DNA and profile would be on a lot of people's lists. Minuit Demi from Fragrance du Bois. This is such an ultimate cozy perfume. It is fall in a bottle. It is let me sit here with a nice cup of coffee with some caramel and vanilla swirled in. It's spicy, it's woody, there's a bit of bourbon. It's very cozy, but I also absolutely wear it out and wear it as a date fragrance. I think it's very attractive and quite a crowd-pleasing scent. I get a lot of compliments on it when I wear it. It's spicy from the cardamom and pimento, but I don't find this to be like a spice bomb of a fragrance or like too heavy or dry of the spices. Everything in here feels perfectly balanced to me. Like you get the woody elements, you get the sweet qualities, but it's not overly sweet. It just like hits the right spot. There's coffee in here, but this doesn't smell like bitter espresso or straight up coffee beans. It blends perfectly with the other notes and gives you that warmth and comfort. I absolutely love Minuit Demi, and I get about 7 hours with a moderate projection. So we had our coffee, now we have our tea. This is Brant London Fog, and I feel like this perfectly captures a London fog, but it still smells like a fragrance. It's chic, it's cozy, starts out more bright and citrusy with a blast of bergamot, and then of course you have that Earl Grey tea throughout the life of the scent. A little bit of lavender in the mix as well. I don't find it to be lavender heavy, but a nice touch of that for sure. As this dries down and sits on your skin, it becomes more and more creamy and a little bit sweeter. The vanilla amplifies. I don't find this to be like a heavy lactonic scent at all. I personally really struggle with that, but it's like it has a splash of milk in there. I get more of the creaminess I feel coming through from the vanilla note and a creamy sandalwood. There's some clean musk in the base, and there's also a little bit of a creamed honey. Acts as a background character just to support the creaminess and sweetness, but never goes sticky sweet. If you love London fogs and you love a creamy sandalwood, because that note is definitely prominent, check this out. And I get about 6 hours with the softer to moderate projection. Another tea scent, this time matcha tea. This is Match Made in Heaven from Sorce. And this is a really delicious matcha vanilla soft serve perfume. And what I love about this is that this literally gives you, you know, an ice cream experience. A lot of times when I see ice cream mentioned in a note breakdown, I smell it, I get all excited, and it doesn't smell like ice cream to me. This does. However, it doesn't smell cold. It does have a warmth to it, so it's more like melted ice cream. I think it really captures the experience of walking into a shop that does all things matcha treats and sweets, like matcha ice cream, matcha pastries, a whole variety of matcha deliciousness. It's got a waffle cone accord, it's got powdered sugar, so it's creamy, it's sweet, it's powdery. And the vanilla that Sorce uses, I feel is really specific to Sorce. It's like part of their DNA. It's really addictive, creamy, and edible. It's also got almond, and there is cherry blossom and sandalwood in here. To be honest, I don't really smell that. This is a true gourmand for sure. You definitely smell the matcha, but it's not this bitter or earthy perfume because of all the sweet, creamy gourmand elements. And I get great performance out of it. All day wear, moderate projection. Then we have White Rice from Demi. I really truly feel like I can bathe in this and wear this every single day. Never get sick of it. I have to give it a rest and give other fragrances my attention. I don't want to clear the bottle too quickly. I've gone through a 9 ml travel spray, and then I have a dent going here. I wish they had bigger sizes because I know this is going to be a constant repurchase, but these little egg bottles are so cute. Anyway, White Rice is just a bit of a different spin on a clean girl fragrance. It has the recipe, the foundation of a chic, clean girl fragrance, but that rice note really adds something special, and of course that cozy element that we're looking for. And this isn't going to have you smelling straight up like, you know, a bowl of rice, but you get that bit of a savory, powdery character, and then it also has a little bit of sweetness mixed in from a light tonka bean. So it's like a powdery jasmine rice alongside a prominent orris, and then you have this cocooning, addictive, clean white musk. A dry, woody character comes up from the cedar wood in the dry down. Such a beautiful scent. I never thought I would ever end up owning a rice perfume because typically like a savory quality in fragrances is not for me, but this was completely a really, really pleasant surprise, and it's now definitely one of my favorites. It is a softer, more intimate wearing scent though. I get about 4 hours with, you know, an intimate projection. Then I have Lattafa Angham, amazing alternative to Burberry Goddess, the EDP. I did end up decluttering Goddess, beautiful perfume, but I do feel that I prefer this a bit more. I feel like this is a little bit more of a richer vanilla, a little bit sweeter, and also I feel a bit more lavender. Everything just feels like a dial up, amplified, a bit better performance as well. I am such a sucker for a lavender vanilla combo. It's one of my favorite fragrance note combinations. Vanilla is my favorite note, maybe basic, but yeah. And lavender I will be particular with, but I adore it paired with vanilla because of course the lavender is giving the vanilla an aromatic quality, but the vanilla softens things. This is a vanilla that is sweet, but not too sweet. It certainly retains an elegance. It's not purely edible, even though it also has praline and cacao. This has a fresh side, a little bit of fresh spicy ginger in the opening. There's a little pop of mandarin, some pink pepper, and then this has a beautiful, warm, easy to like ambery base. Stunning perfume. If you like this overall DNA but you're not a fan of lavender, go for Rare Beauty, the EDP perfume they just launched that is right in the same family without the lavender. And I would say I get about 6 hours with a moderate projection. Vanilla 28. Kayali has been an OG cozy perfume of choice for me for gosh, I don't know, like 5 years now. I'm sure Vanilla 28 will be in my collection for another 5, and then another 5. I cannot see myself ever being without this perfume. It is one of my favorite vanillas. Vanilla 28, in essence, is a warm brown sugar tonka bean vanilla. A true gourmand. It is sweet, it is addictive, but then it just has this underlying sexy factor. That amberwood in the base gives this a richness, adds to the warmth. This is hands down one of my most complimented perfumes ever. I've introduced this perfume to multiple people in my life, and it's turned into their signature scent, and they report back to me telling me they get compliments everywhere they go. I wear this alone to have its full moment, and it's also a staple layering perfume in my collection. It's toasted brown sugar, and I also pick up a boozy element to this, especially, you know, as your juice darkens and as it matures. 10 out of 10 for me. I get really good performance out of it. About 8 hours, moderate projection. Last but not least, I have Chai Fleur from Belnu, and for me personally, I wouldn't describe this to smell like a true chai drink, let's say, or like a load of chai spices. I feel like this perfume sets the scene and is a fragrance you would wear in the season that you would drink chai. We have those spices up top of cinnamon, cardamom, and nutmeg. I personally am not picking up on the cinnamon. I get a soft nutmeg and I get a pronounced cardamom. It's interesting because I get this duality of warm and cool elements. This has a powdery violet, aromatic lavender, giving it a cooling factor, but then you have warmth from spices, labdanum, like vanilla bean, and ticks off the boxes of cool, chic, and cozy. I would say it begins with more fresh elements. As it sits, that vanilla bean comes in more. It gets then more creamy, a bit more powdery, more sweet. You get a really smooth sandalwood. If you're familiar with Brant Bois de Santal, this is in the same fragrance family, but this has a bit more going on. It has more vanilla, more violet. You've got the lavender in here, and while I would certainly call this sandalwood dominant, Bois de Santal is more heavy on the sandalwood. And I get about 7 hours with a moderate projection. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't already. If you want to see me in any more videos, I'd appreciate it so much. I hope you guys are having a great day and hope to see you in my next video. Bye!